Here's another play from the Notre Dame game. This is in the fourth quarter. It's third down. It's still a game. This is one of CJ's better plays of the year. And I wanted to highlight this to show that, one, he can make plays outside of structure, and two, doing so is not solely on CJ. So Ohio State calls mesh here, the crossing concept that I think people are sort of wondering, like, oh, why don't they run that so much anymore? They still run it. They just run it less than they did when Ryan Day first got here in 2017 and then in 2018 with Dwayne Haskins. But they call it here, and Notre Dame is expecting it. They call man coverage, and they also drop out both of their rush ends to kind of flood the middle of the field with defenders and cut off those crossing routes so CJ can't get to it. So you see there both the crossing routes are capped. The over-the-ball route is not really available. The post or dig from Marvin Harrison Jr. is not really available. There's just a lot of bodies in the middle of the field. And then you have Mayan Williams on the back side of the play, top of the screen, running a wheel route. What you don't like on this play is that it ends up being a three-man rush for Notre Dame that gets pressure, and that simply can't happen. If we're to apply this to the Georgia game, if Georgia is able to get pressure with three players, it's going to be really difficult for Ohio State to do much of anything in this game, and a lot of this conversation, frankly, becomes a moot point if that's going to happen. Thankfully for Ohio State, that's not been a tremendous issue for them this year. It just so happens that it happened on this play. So there's pressure here, but then you see CJ's ability to be a bit of a playmaker here. He sees that pressure, he spins away from it, he outruns the defender, and something I think Ohio State needs more of in these situations, because CJ is a quarterback who, that when he does escape pressure, still wants to throw the ball. Mayan Williams comes back to the play here and gives CJ someone to throw to. Now, like CJ, I don't think he can scramble on this play. If you'll see near the 20-yard line, that defender kind of fell off that route there, and he's attacking CJ. There's a defender kind of bearing down on him. There's one coming at him from depth. This is not a play where I think CJ missed an opportunity to run, but this is a situation where he needs to make a play. It's third down. You don't want to punt the ball back to Notre Dame here. And when this kind of scramble drill happens, I just don't think Ohio State's really ever kind of ironed out what to do in these situations. And I remember it being an issue too, and Justin Fields was the quarterback here when he first started. He was a guy who liked to scramble a lot and extend plays, and I think it took some time for his receivers to figure out the timing of that, figure out kind of where to go, how to operate in the scramble drill. And I think Ohio State sometimes suffers from a lack of that with this year's group for whatever reason. Maybe it's because CJ is not quite that guy, but when he does break contain, he still wants to throw the ball down the field. And Mayan Williams does a great job here of coming back to the play. You get a better feel for it here. You see that pressure kind of get through. Again, not good, but a really good job of CJ of spinning away from that. I don't. Maybe you don't love a quarterback ever turning his back on the play, but I'm not going to fault him for trying to make a play here when this entire video is about asking him to do more of that. So you see a little bit of speed there. He pulls away from the defender. Really good athleticism here to turn his body, throw against it, throw an absolute dime on the sideline to Mayan Williams, who comes back to the play. So really good conversion, high leverage situation in a big game. CJ making a play, Mayan Williams being smart, coming back to the ball, and I think I just point this out as a way of showing, CJ can do stuff like this. He needs to do more stuff like this, but it's not just on him to make plays like this work. His receivers, I think, need to have more urgency too in scramble drills like this. Like it's a rollout play. You're kind of cutting the field in half, so I think it's hard. But outside of Mayan Williams, I don't know if anybody else does a great job on this play of making themselves available to CJ. And credit to CJ for finding him and throwing a ball again near the sideline where only his guy can make a play. Really good catch from Mayan Williams on a play that ended up getting off schedule and broke down because Notre Dame defended it well. CJ Stroud finds a way to make a play. And he can do this stuff. He can do it here with a pass outside of the pocket. And I'll show here as we wrap up a couple other ways that he showed an ability to do the kind of stuff we're talking about in this video.